This video has been on my spirit all day, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. I had to allow my mother to take me to court, even though now that I look back at it, the way she did it was illegitimate. But anyways, I digress. I had to allow her to take me to court because she used people in my family to come back after she would do something horrible. Narcissists do something horrible and then have other people that you have healthy connections with to be like, well, that's your mother, she's trying your best. But these people who are coming back and saying these things are not dealing with the direct abuse from your parent. So it is okay for them to give that kind of supportive advice as long as they're not taking any of the blows. My family came to me, so many of my family on both sides came to protect the narcissistic black woman. My aunt, and I could just tell you some things on why I have to go no contact. I have what is called schizoaffective disorder, and I can experience situations where I am incoherent. My family, my aunt, registered nurse of 30 plus years, identified that I was not coherent and left me alone in one of the worst cities of the Midwest. I was assaulted and raped. I was able to make it home. But because I had already worked in the field of mental health and behavioral health, I knew what I needed to heal myself. And when I started remembering, everybody was mad that I was remembering. And they wanted me to be quiet because it painted the registered nurse of 30 plus years who told my father that she gave me medication that night. It looked bad on the family's reputation. Or my mother, who was a paralegal, who took me to court, had my brother serve me, which is a conflict of interest, because she didn't want to appropriately evict me after she agreed to me moving back in after I had a mental health crisis at work after watching malpractice actually happen. It was deemed, malpractice was deemed that it happened. And so much so that I received Social Security from the incident. And my mother agreed to allow me back in, but was abusive because she knew I had nowhere to go. So would get mad and be like, oh, you gotta leave right now. Lock the door, change the locks, call the police, call DMH, say that she feels threatened for her life. Meanwhile, I worked on the intensive mental health service team. If anyone knows how to de-escalate a situation, it is me. And the crazy thing is, my mom is calling the very same people I worked with. She don't even know that. That is how deep I was in the field. The people she was calling were also the people who were watching my lives. She didn't even know she was part of you calling and telling them that and them watching this perspective. But as long as you have that middle person who does not feel that conflict and they're not willing to say, hey, that's wrong, you can't do this. And they're saying, hey, that's your mama, you know, that's your grandmama, that's your daddy, that's your... If they coming in like that, cut them off. Cut them off. Their loyalty is to your narcissist. Point blank, period. Girl, I went through my family with a motherfucking machete. Cut all you motherfuckers off. Y'all all too interconnected for me. Y'all all too interconnected. I gotta cut you off because you the motherfucking narcissist, but you so interconnected to this one and this one and this one. I fuck with this one somewhat, but not enough, because you fuck with them way more than we ever really fuck with each other. So you got to go too. Not because you did anything, but the relationship between me and you is too weak. The relationship between you and them is too strong. Go ahead. I cut you. I sever. You ain't got to choose. I chose for you. No, and it's not even about you did something. I ain't finna let you. You're not finna be a way back in. Sorry. Because if they're not making the noise of, hey, that's wrong, then they're watching you actively suffer. Point blank, period. That's it. Ain't nothing to it. So you gonna have to choose, like, oh nigga, you really finna sit on the sideline while I get my ass abused and know that I'm getting abused and ask me to continue to take it abuse because that's your sister, because that's your cousin, because that's your auntie. So I should continue to get the abuse that you're not receiving simply because of the connection to you? I had to allow it to get down to court paperwork so that it could be documented of this abusive behavior, because now my family won't come and say that same shit that they were saying to me 2-3 years ago before the restraining order was in place. By now my family would have been like, Charnel, family, we your front row people. What the fuck does that even mean? So you not my people while I'm on the sideline. You my people when I die. Nigga, get the fuck up out of here then. That's not my plan. But I had to allow it to play out the way it did now, because now none of them motherfuckers know that they can't come to me and talk to me about my mother, because I can press charges on them. And I will. And they know that I will. And you have to take it there. Look at our government. My mother does the same shit with me. She's a trained paralegal of 30 plus years. I'm a behavioralist. And I started seeing them patterns. I'm like, bitch, you on some motherfucking fuck shit. And everybody else in here, because you the most educated in the family, on this side of the family, you got these motherfuckers dancing to your own tune because you got a credit score and you went to college. You didn't even go get your motherfucking license. You ain't on the bar, bitch. Let's be real. Okay, I didn't work with motherfuckers who's on the bar too, and that ain't you. You just behind the scenes and know how to manipulate shit. You've been able to see shit. And so you know how to mischievously and abusively manipulate the system to your benefit. But I seen that shit, I clocked that shit, and I clocked how you had your minions around you, and I cut everybody off. Because now, if y'all speak to me about her in a way where you're trying to get me to keep communication with her, I can press charges on you. Yeah. Leave me alone. And guess what? They dispersed. Their loyalty wasn't worth their imprisonment. Now, I'm not saying you have to take it necessarily that far, but what I'm saying is you're gonna have to see where people alignment is. Just like how Iran is doing. It ain't no in between no more, my nigga. I'm being abused. So what is it?